Pase, what's up? Where we're back at the Credit Summit. Introduce yourself to the world for those of you who may not know.
Oh man, Flame Newton, just spelled just like it is. Flame, last name Newton, Newton.
Hey,
Flame Newton.
One of the kings of credit, man. You just tore down the stage at the Credit Summit. Ooh. Some powerful information. I'm going to start off the interview like this. You used to steal people's identity?
I did. I did. But at the same time,
yeah.
I don't never want to make it like a laughing situation, none of that. Mm-hmm. What I did, and I always want to make sure that it's clear that what I did was dead wrong. It was absolutely wrong to the first degree.
Got you. Wow. And so how were you able to go from that extreme to now teaching people about credit?
Well, it all came about when I was in prison. Prison gave me my first opportunity because, like you said, I stole credit. So there's a place that you go to if you do things that are not right. And that place happened to be prison, right? And so I ended up going to prison. And while I was there, I just remember the people being so in awe about me talking to them. And they said these words to me. They said, man, nobody's talking to me about credit like this before. You have a way of explaining this to me that makes me want to understand it or makes me want to get into it. Because everybody's been introduced to credit. Yeah. It's about who can relate to the people that they're teaching about credit, which makes them to that point. So prison gave me my opportunity. I started teaching classes in prison. When I got out of prison, I continued to teach about credit, which led me to the big events like the Intel, the FICOs, the Marriott conventions, and all of these conventions, just like this one where we're at today.
Beautiful.
Wow, that's powerful, man. So, I mean, congrats to you. I definitely give you I commend you for where you've been and where you are right now. So now what are some of the future goals or some of the I would say like within a year or two, where do you see yourself in a couple of years with what you're doing right now?
Great question, by the way. So
thank you.
First off, let me give a shout out to one of my mentors, right? He doesn't know I'm a mentee, but I got to give him a shout out because he's a mentor. And that is Master P, right? Oh, okay. Master P is a great mentor. He did something to our generation that we all seen. And what was that? It was every other week that he used to always drop an album. You remember every other week he used to drop an album, but the album was considered to be about rap music, and he used to always drop it, and he flooded it. So with taking that blueprint of what he did is that in my books, the School of Credit Learn and Master series, which is Learn and Master the 12 levels of personal credit, and then you got to Learn and Master the Learn and Master the 8 levels of business credit, which is 20 different levels. What I'm planning on doing next is taking each one of those chapters and making it its complete book. So now, instead of me having one book and 2 books, now I'm going to have those 20 books. And then guess what we're also going to do? My first book is already in Spanish. So we're going to flip it and turn that into a different language as well. So turn that 20 into 40. You know what I mean?
Wow.
And drop them books off every other week.
Wow,
Smart.
man.
Very smart.
I don't know. To me, you're more than teaching credit. You're almost like a motivational speaker at the same time. Yes. Talk about that.
It's a good point. It's a point of that I've been in that can. I've been where you didn't have a voice. I've been a place where people that have a voice can't necessarily bring their voice up. And I realize, and I take heed to it, that I have a platform and that my ultimate goal is to always taking my voice and speaking for the people that actually can't speak. And so if they can't speak, let me talk about the things that they want to talk about. That's what led me into going on to Capitol Hill and being at the CFPB, which is the Consumer Financial Protection Bureau, being at the FTC in Washington, D.C., which is the Federal Trade Commission, and taking the platform, which I'm standing in front of people, talking about our people, talking about the rights and all of these things in which we don't have a voice in our community. So if you got a person that is in there, I should be able to do that for us, or at least help along the way, play my part, as they say.
Wow,
that's beautiful.
Powerful
man.
information, man.
I think you found your purpose.
Ben found the purpose for sure, man. Hey, let
bro.
people know where they can find you at anywhere on social media where you may be at.
Well, first off, the very first thing that I tell people to do is go to meetflame.com. That's MEETFLAME. That's meetflame.com. Secondly, after you go to meetflame.com, you also want to make sure that you're on all my social media platforms. Everything's under the catalog of Flame Newton, right? Whether it be Instagram, whether it be X as they call it now, right?
Yeah.
Or whether it be I don't know, Facebook, any of those social media, LinkedIn, whatever it is on social media, it's always going to be under Flame Newton. Flame Newton is the word that I want you to understand. Flame Newton is the word I want you to know. And Flame Newton is the word that my coach, since I was telling my coaches taught me that when I speak in front of a camera, make sure I say the name Flame Newton at least 3 times.
No doubt. No doubt. Hey, you heard it here first, man. We're one of the kings of credit.
Yes.
Team Pase.
We out.
We out.